discussions on one-to-one basis is around security, especially in the Sahel, the economy of the region, and how it can be successfully and politically integrated.
Le président Mouari l'a dit, nous avons d'abord parlé évidemment de sécurité et la lutte contre le terrorisme active et courageuse que le Nigeria mène avec ses partenaires du Niger, du Tchad et du Cameroun contre ce fléau. Notre coopération dans ce domaine s'est considérablement renforcée. Nous appuyons l'armée nigériane et ses partenaires du bassin du lac Tchad, notamment en matière de renseignement, et nous appelons les 4 pays concernés à encore aller plus loin dans l'effort de défense et de stabilisation dans cette région.
Cette visite du président français au Nigeria intervient quelques jours seulement après un entretien téléphonique qu'Emmanuel Macron a eu avec le président Paul Biya. Une conversation téléphonique au cours de laquelle ils ont abordé des questions actuelles de politique bilatérale entre la France et le Cameroun, des enjeux de sécurité régionale et de la crise anglophone. Les enjeux de sécurité régionale, il a également été question de cela au cours de l'entretien ici au Nigeria entre le président français et son homologue nigérian. Il est important de rappeler que sur ces questions, le Nigeria et le Cameroun sont en phase. D'ailleurs, depuis quelques mois, les autorités camerounaises, en symbiose avec les autorités nigérianes, travaillent en phase avec la communauté internationale pour le retour de nombreux réfugiés camerounais au pays. Eric Golf Kwachu depuis Lagos pour Canal 2 International.
President Biya is currently the second longest serving leader of any African nation. So what would his victory or defeat mean for a leader who's been in power longer than the majority of his citizens have been alive? Hank Cohen is former U.S. ambassador to Gambia and Senegal. He's also served as the Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs. Ambassador Cohen, welcome back to our program.
Thank you. Thank you.
We saw this Anglophone crisis. Why that part of Cameroon instead of, or more so, than the Francophone area of Cameroon?
Well, the English-speaking part of Cameroon is in deep trouble because there's a great deal of discrimination against those people by the majority who are French-speaking. They're getting very little of the wealth, or very little of the business investment and that sort of thing, so they are very angry. Secondly, when they voted under the United Nations to join the French-speaking Cameroon, they came in as a federal independent state, and they had their own legislator and their own chief of state, and they only shared the currency and the foreign policy and the defense. In 1972, the federal government had a referendum to unite, and of course this was illegal because this minority never wanted to be united totally with the rest of Cameroon, so they were just smothered and taken into Cameroon. They're very angry about it.
So what would the result of this election mean to the Anglophone crisis?
Well, Paul Biya is going to get reelected. He never loses. The elections are totally rigged. So there's no tension there. Will he win or will he not win? He's going to win. So now the government has 2 wars on their hand. In the north, they have the fight against the Islamic terrorists, Boko Haram, who come from northern Nigeria. This is a very difficult war that they're fighting. And in the west, they're fighting guerrillas from the English-speaking part of Cameroon, and you cannot defeat them because they have unlimited support from across the border by Nigerians. I'm not saying the Nigerian government is helping them, but Nigerian ethnic brothers are giving them unlimited arms and unlimited money. So they have to get into a negotiation with these people.
And then, well, some are concerned that Biya is Cameroon's absentee president. He's in power for so long. Why so long?
Well, he represents, his ethnic group represents about 10% of the population. They control the military, they control the security, so they've been in power strictly by rigging elections. Some parts of the Francophone areas are happy. They have business, they have agriculture, and they're doing well. But the majority of the people are totally repressed, and they're not sharing the wealth.
Can you briefly remind our audience, our global audience, of the composition, percentage-wise, between the Francophone and Anglophone Cameroonians?
The Anglophone are about 15%, and there's 85 of the Francophones.
And then we know that nearly 60% of Cameroon's population is now under the age of 25, fairly young. What's the impact been on the younger generation?
Well, they need economic expansion, and because of these two wars going on, Cameroon's not getting in much investment. Cameroonians are not investing money, so the opportunities for these younger people to get jobs, to get education, is just not there. So it's become a very dangerous situation.
What can the opposition do, or what can the international society do under this, the institutional design that has been in place in this country for so long?
Well, internationally, they're getting help to fight the Islamic terrorists. The United States is there, and that is doing, everyone's doing the right thing. But for the western part of the country, with the English-speaking people, they need to have pressure to negotiate a new arrangement where they can return to the federal system that existed before 1972.
Ambassador Hank Cohen, former Assistant Secretary of State, thank you so much for your insight.
You're welcome.
Glory to the Father for making our nation a joy forevermore. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in grace in easy harmony. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of the nation. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in grace in easy harmony. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation.
Thank you.